day of the opening ceremony. So many disciplines, so many sports nowadays included in the Olympic program. But returning here we have an archer, we have athletes, many athletes, we have a boxing team, a canoeing team as well, a cycling team is in there, the gymnastics men's overall representative Barry MacDonald, in judo Kieran Ward represented Ireland, our rowing team of Brendan Dolan and Niall O'Toole, and another group as well in the lightweight Coxless 4. Our sailors are returning here, and two members of the shooting team, our tennis duo of Scott Barron and Owen Casey, and inevitably the swimming team led by Michelle Smith, and including Errol McCarthy, Marion Medine, Adrian O'Connor and Nick O'Hare. So family and friends from all around Ireland are here to greet the athletes, and even those who would look cynically at what has happened in the Olympics over the last while, not just this Olympic Games but many others, I would hold that we still need our role models and our heroes and our heroines to hold up to young people as ideals and to encourage them to be involved in sport in a far greater way than ever before. So the dignitaries are in place, waiting for the doors to open. A flight which was due in at 8:25 and it's now approaching 9:20, and all of that because of the delays. So the radio mics continue to communicate between the tower block and the plane itself, and there the chute from which the other passengers will disembark. You can recall when the same plane arrived in Atlanta, the blazing heat once you entered that chute, it was incredible. Really knew you were in the deep south all of a sudden. So the other passengers will come through there and into passport control, baggage reclaim and so on. This is where we're expecting to catch a first glimpse of Michelle and the team, the officials. So we're expecting a slight delay once again at this point. You see some of the officials going on board now, I think, just to explain what's about to happen. And Don Tracy, whom we heard from a little while ago there, he will be going on board there now just to explain how the various passengers are to disembark from this, a Delta 129 flight. And it really is an awful pity that the rain should have come down like this, torrential rain. It appeared at one stage that it was easing off just a little bit, but alas and alack, I'm not really expecting the weather conditions here in Dublin to improve before this afternoon. So some of the hostesses are there welcoming the air crew and the flight cabin crew in the background there. And that looks like a colleague, Jim Sherwin. Jim, who had the great pleasure of commentating on 3 gold medal successes and a bronze success as well in a week of his life, which I think he'll find very difficult to emulate. But he did a terrific job, and he's ready to come down. He's had a long, busy summer between French Open and Wimbledon as well, and then the great joy of going to Atlanta to commentate on our behalf. Some of the Delta officials going on board there. Delta, of course, is the airline which has been the official airline for the Irish Olympic team since 1991. And the in-flight coordinator there we can just see in the background, who is Hannah Mays. And the direct benefit of having Delta as the official airline, of course, has been the fact that athletes are enabled to train and to compete in their international arena in Atlanta. And Delta has been the official airline for the 1996 Centennial Games in Atlanta, which of course is Delta's headquarters in any way. And they're also involved with the British, the Czech and the Greek Olympic teams. And you really have to say well done to everybody who's decided to brave the elements this morning. I know when we got up and had a look out the windows and saw the rain simply pelting down, you thought straight away, my goodness, am I dressed for this? And it really is so awful. It's a great pity. It has certainly restricted the crowds. And you can just see from the watery images on screen how the rain is simply pouring down on the camera lens. So every opportunity being taken by our camera crew to wipe those lenses to give you the best possible pictures from Dublin Airport. So in just a matter of moments now, we should see the Irish team come down those steps. Sure, they'll be heading in towards the VIP section straight away. I hope they don't have to worry about baggage reclaim and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure it'll be all arranged for them and through passport control and so on. Mention of controlled security, of course, after the Centennial Park bombings became quite ridiculous at times, but it had to be that strict. The Americans were always terribly worried about an incident such as happened in Centennial Park. That was right alongside the CNN building and next to the IBC, the International Broadcasting Centre. And for those of us who were working in Atlanta, well, a walk through Centennial Park towards our hotel was necessary each night just to reach the hotels at the other end. I can speak from experience saying that it was I was through there 25 minutes before that bomb went off, and we were most fortunate. So we're now waiting for something to happen here. The bags which we carry to work each day to the different venues to cover our events, they were scrutinized very closely by the officious police. Still the rain continues to teem down here. A most unpleasant Tuesday morning in Dublin. I'm sure the competitors on that Irish team will make little of the elements. Many will have been tired of the heat, unbearable heat, day after day after day, and this might make light relief for them. I'm sure rather than bemoan the conditions that they return to, quite a few of them are probably just going to smile in any case. I'll be so happy to be back. So the captain there at the front of the door, Dick Gardner. And I gather now that the weather is just so bad, they are considering taking the athletes straight into the VIP lounge. And there they will meet President Robinson. She's standing by, waiting to greet the heroine of Atlanta and her team colleagues. So as Bill said a little while ago, best made plans have gone off to Glee. It's just a pity. But it's just put a mild dampener, really. It doesn't take from the great achievements of the past fortnight. A fortnight of great contrast, which started in such a blaze of glory on that opening Saturday, when Ireland was ahead of the Americans in terms of winning gold medals. And that became the big news story at that particular stage. And then it seemed like every other day we began to win medals through Michelle. So the baggage is coming off. In fact, the Irish team of television commentators, I think we always became a bit blasé after a few days, saying, you know, we haven't won a medal for half an hour. So now President Robinson, Her Excellency, coming across here on the tarmac onto the sopping wet red carpet, and Michelle, first glimpse of Michelle and Eric, her husband, Minister for Sport in the background. Michelle Smith returns to Ireland. The heroine takes the acclaim of the crowd in miserable conditions. Her 4 medals, 3 gold and a bronze. The crowd have been here for 2 hours at this stage, getting drenched, loud in their praise. An Irish woman has returned from an Olympic Games, having won, not just one, but 4 medals. An outstanding achievement. Perhaps this is a day we shall never see the like of again. So she's going forward now to meet the President.
Good morning, Sakrila.
Camille Margaret.
And welcome home.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And you could almost have worn swimming togs.
Oh.
The weather, but let me see. That's absolutely fantastic. Well, you're a great girl.
Yeah.
And you're not only great in the pool, you are fantastic outside the pool.
Yeah, thank you.
All the pressure.
Thank you very much for your letters.
Yeah.
And,
I hope you're going to be up to the celebration now.
Well, I hope I'll have to be. I'll have to be.
You have to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah,
well done.
thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, how are you?
Well done, fantastic achievement.
Hi.
Welcome back to Dublin Airport.
Thank you.
Richard Bruton in the background there, representing his brother, the Taoiseach.
Michelle, come over here, please. Michelle, just come in a bit closer. Michelle, just come in a bit closer, please. Michelle, just right there.
Tonight's evening papers, I'm sure. Pat Hickey in the background.
Just hold them up there. Michelle, just come in a bit closer.
Minister for Sport, Bernard Allen.
Closer. Just bring it here, please. This way, Michelle. Michelle.
Well, I'm sure our colleagues in the papers, the newspaper photographers will have plenty of chances throughout the day to get those special photographs that will be front page of our newspapers tomorrow.
About it.
Okay, you're in. Hi, Michelle. She's waving.
And the other athletes then also being greeted by Her Excellency.
Thank you.
Marty, it must have been a long flight. I'm sorry we couldn't give you better weather, but welcome home.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm delighted. I can't believe how many people have come out here, and I see more up there. It's incredible.
Well, all your family are here. We were speaking to Pat, we were speaking to Brian and your brother and 2 sisters, and they're all waiting to see you. What was the flight like?
It was actually quite relaxed. I slept most of the way, so I thought I'd need the sleep today.
So how long are you going to spend over here?
I'm not sure yet. I'll be here in the next couple of weeks anyway, and then we'll see after that. Thank you.
So the rest of the Irish team, you can see Terry McHugh there, javelin thrower in the background, and all the other athletes on that team. A happy, joyous homecoming, even if it is absolutely terrible weather-wise.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Can we go on?
Plenty of representatives from the local councils and the Lord Mayor, Brendan Lynch, Councillor Brendan Lynch there also.
Okay, well, here up. Take the word. Michelle, would you like to join?
Chairman of Fingal County Council. Having the opportunity to say a few words. So each and every member of the team gets to meet President Robinson. A few little prezzies that they brought home with them as well. She was specific in her instructions that she wanted to meet each and every one of the athletes. I mean, you think of the hard work they've all put in. They're not bringing back bronze, silver or gold, but they have put in so much hard work over perhaps the last 6 to 10 years. Terry McHugh there on the right hand side, a very articulate player. There's Katrina McKiernan. Perhaps at the next Olympics we shall see Katrina maybe go in the marathon. Perhaps that will be her goal by then. Each and every one of them has done us proud in some shape or fashion, by virtue of the huge effort they've put in. So the athletes absolutely delighted to be back, I'm sure. Very, very joyous scenes.
Hardware, the leaders, so much road to there to the airport last year. An arcade, talk duck an arcade star old shot. But while Kate Mila Palcha, our son Winter, our Pergam, our Burden Olympic, our Gazidic Chop Tanash, Therese Clihi on a Rahu in our pod. You're all very welcome to Dublin Airport on this gorgeous Irish morning to celebrate the return of our most successful ever Olympic team. We have a number of people who want to say a few words, and the first person I'll call on for words of welcome is Anne Devitt, Councillor Anne Devitt, the chairperson of Fingal Council.
Our foreign Olympic agus Didi Usha. Talon Ohas Aram Folja a car for an Olympic a rash go Fingal go Aucklia agus go Éireann. We're here today to acknowledge and to thank you for the training, the commitment and the determination that brought you to the level of excellence in your respective sports that earned you your place in the 26th Olympics. And by you participating in Atlanta, you allowed us in Ireland to participate too. We watched in the early evenings and the early mornings your progress and your achievements. And winning or losing, we were proud of you. We cheered your successes. We shared your disappointments, smiling when you smiled, and crying when you cried, and rejoicing when you triumphed. And there were some wonderful triumphs. And to Michelle Smith, I want to say Cogordicus Arish. Your first gold medal, we were excited and delighted, and it was a historic making occasion for Irish sportswomen. Your second gold medal, we were overjoyed, and again a history-making occasion for Irish sport. But your heart-stopping third gold medal left us ecstatic and beyond words. And we thank you for that. But for many of us, we will remember that mixed emotion of joy and pride as we watched the tricolour being raised over the arena and watched you singing our national anthem. And we had it not once, not twice, but 3 glorious occasions. And you raised the spirits of the nation. Thank you for doing it in our lifetime. Thank you for allowing us to be spectators as Irish sporting history was made. And thank you all, every one of you, for reminding us yet again, lest we ever forget, what a crucial and vital role that sport plays in the Irish psyche and in our feeling of national well-being. Garamila Mahagipalair, Folja Arashawalya.
Councillor Anne Devitt there, Cathaoirleach of Fingal County Council.
For Sport, Bernard Allen TD.
And now the Sports Minister.
Chairperson, President of the Olympic Council of Ireland, Minister and friends, exactly 3 weeks ago, on Monday morning, the weather was a bit better than this, but 3 weeks ago I saw off the Olympic team to Atlanta, and on that morning I said that it was the best prepared Olympic team ever to leave our shores, and I said that it was a team that was going out with, we had full expectations of success, not unreasonable expectations, but expectations of success. Could I say to all of the athletes here this morning, whether they won, that the important thing was that you competed. We are proud of you, and certainly you did your country proud. You performed with dedication and commitment, and I would like to acknowledge the presence of all of the team here this morning. I would also like to congratulate the Olympic Council of Ireland and all of the associated federations for the preparation that they put into the team that went to represent us in Atlanta. Now, Michelle Smith, what can I say about Michelle Smith? What I'd like to say is to congratulate her on a number of fronts. Number one, on entering into the history books of Irish sport and gaining 3 gold medals and 1 bronze medal. The first woman ever to win a medal, not only to win 1 medal, but to win 4 medals. And I'd like to congratulate her on that achievement. I'd like also to congratulate her for the way that she dealt with the world media during the events and after the events, and certainly she dealt with them with effective dignity, and I would congratulate her on that front also. Certainly, Michelle, you're now a role model not only for the young girls of Ireland, but for all aspiring sportsmen and sportswomen. It's a proud day for all of us, and I know that it's a day of celebration, but also it's a day of looking forward to Sydney 2000. And I believe even though that we're a small country, but with a unified approach and a coordinated approach, we can build on the success that was there in Atlanta. Goramil Magli Kaler.
Perhaps a thinly veiled reference there to the dispute during the past week between the Olympic Council and the BLE. Now it's the turn of Mr. Pat Hickey.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much indeed for coming out in this miserable, atrocious weather. And I would like to thank President Robinson in particular for coming here this morning. I'm not going to detain you too much because it's a dreadful day, but I have in my hand here the official medal chart issued by the organisers just before we left Atlanta. And this is what it's all about. We are ranked 27th in the world in the official medal table, and on a per capita basis that puts us #1. And having regard to the gold and silver medal we won in Barcelona, we won more medals in the last 2 Olympic Games than we have in the previous 10 Games. So we're doing something right, and with the government support and Minister Bernard Allen and our sponsors, Delta Airlines, thank you for bringing us back safely. And I want to say a particular thanks to all the Olympic teams that are present here. Michelle's performances were just phenomenal, which I'll come to in 2 short seconds, but there were other great performances on this Irish Olympic team, and they should not be forgotten. For Michelle Smith, her achievements were absolutely incredulous. 3 gold medals and a bronze medal. And not only did she conduct herself so well in the pool, but as a representative of this country in her dealings with the press and the media, and the way she handled herself and her husband and coach Eric, she was just the best possible representative of this country. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen.
And now one final speaker, somebody who's no stranger to Dublin Airport thanks to the sponsorship by TNT, and somebody who won't mind getting wet because she does that all the time, Michelle Smith.
I'm smaller than everyone else who's been speaking before me. I want to thank everybody for coming out today, particularly all the people who are standing up in the back in the rain. It was unbelievable to see all the banners on the way in, people waiting and waving flags and the whole lot. It's been an unbelievable couple of weeks for me, and I never would have dreamed that I'd come back with 3 gold medals and a bronze from the Olympic Games. But here I am standing with them in my hand, and it seems to be a dream come true. A couple of people that I want to thank very briefly. I want to thank my own sponsors, TNT Express Worldwide and Board na Gaeilge, the Olympic Council of Ireland for their support, and of course the government for providing that support. I also want to thank my husband for his coaching and his guidance throughout the last couple of years, my manager, and last but not least, maybe the most important, my family, who have been with me throughout all the years. We've had a great bunch of people now, the whole Olympic team, and it hasn't been about just 4 medals, it's been about a whole team performing. And this, I think, when we look back on it, has been our best performance at the Olympic Games ever. And I think they've also been a great team, so I want to thank them as well, because I've really enjoyed being with them. Thank you very much.
Michelle there emphasising the togetherness of this particular Irish team. And as Paticki was saying, more successes in this and Barcelona than the 10 previous games. I know people in Atlanta coming up to us saying, "You're Irish? You've done really well in these games, haven't you? Won 3 gold and a bronze. What's the population of Ireland?" they were querying, and we said, well, you know, about 3.5 million. And they said, that's only the population of Atlanta, for goodness sake. So it puts into some kind of perspective what has been achieved here, not just by Michelle, but by the other athletes, by their records and by their times and by their participation and their training and so on. So absolutely horrendous conditions they've had to contend with on their arrival back in Ireland. But they've been made most welcome. So as they move off into the terminal building itself, it's been about one lady in particular, Michelle Smith. Let's go back to another lady, Tracy.
They did. You must be very pleased with everyone's performance.
I'm absolutely delighted. I mean, it's been a tremendous team effort. I mean, there was comment there, reference there to, this is what it's all about, the medals. If you were out there, the spirit of the team was absolutely magnificent. And when I say team, I mean right down from the Olympic Council officials, the BLE officials, the medical staff, the athletes, the whole way along. It's been a tremendous team performance. I know there has been some controversy, but believe me, it wasn't evident in the village. While it may have been prevalent here, it was a marvellous experience.
And how long have you actually all been away now? Because you were out there earlier training and what have you.
You know, different people, for different people it's been different.
Yeah.
I've been away literally since the start of the year, but in Atlanta we've been there for about 3 weeks now in total.
Yeah. So what would be your most poignant memory of the whole trip?
It's a tough one. I think when, obviously Michelle's medals are going to be the high point for everybody in terms of memory. When she won the first one we were stunned, the second one we were just in awe, the third one we were almost shocked, and the fourth one then was nearly a disappointment, being a bronze. But I mean, TJ Cairns, good friend of mine, national record in the hurdles, Susan Smith, national record in the hurdles, Gary Ryan, national record in 200 metres, all of those.
And the boxers, of course, they did well.
Oh, tremendous. I mean, boxing is just, it's a hit and miss thing, and I really thought we were going to have 2 or 3 medals out of that. Sonia, my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to myself.
Did you speak to her?
I spoke to her before, after her qualification round. And she seemed well.
Yeah.
But that's
things didn't really go as planned for you yourself either.
No, things didn't go well. Myself and Sonia had kind of similar games really, but I don't know, that's what it's all about. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. This just wasn't a high for me.
And it must be incredible being up against the best in the world. It must be quite remarkable.
I certainly wouldn't be in awe of any of my opposition. I mean, they're the people I expected to be there. They're the people I expected to be in the medals. I expect to be in the final with them. They're a tremendous bunch. I mean, I train with the British group and they're really, they're good guys to work with, but it's just wasn't my day. It was Steve Backley's day, Jan Zalesny's day.
Well, there'll be more days. And tell me a little bit about coming back on the flight. What was the atmosphere like on the plane? Was there a bit of a party?
No, it was a little subdued. I mean, we left this night, or we left in the middle of the afternoon, like 8, 9 o'clock in the evening. We're arriving, whatever time it is, I haven't a clue. But literally, we haven't really slept. It was pretty subdued, and I think you're looking at a bunch of people just without a night's sleep, preparing for a party.
Well, listen, many congratulations. I will let you go in and get dry and well done.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your time at home.
Thanks for being here.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Back to you.
So one of those athletes, a genuine team leader and a very articulate man indeed as well. Terry McHugh there, talking about the javelin event, talking about his own particular disappointments. Sure, there were disappointments, but there were also triumphs, personal triumphs, gold medal triumphs, and so on. And so on this horrid day, terrible morning that they should have had to return in these awful conditions. They're going in now into the warmth of the terminal building itself, and a large crowd here on the